another dose of Trackmania esports, and thanks for joining us today at the FET8. Today, it will be cast for you by Cuba, and
Riolu, what's up?
alright, so right now we're just still at the pre-phase where players are warming up and not much is happening, but it's starting in like 1 minute, so everybody stay tuned. So what do you think about this match, riolu?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty excited about all this. FET is known for some pretty epic battles, and it's pretty cool to see a Trackmania United final again. So,
Absolutely.
so I'm looking forward to seeing some great stuff over here. And what about you?
Yeah, we should be in for a treat. Um, the FET races have been known for exhausting stuff and constant stream of fun, so I'm pretty sure the viewers on Twitch are looking forward to this as well. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I hope so too.
Actually, let me tune into the stream right now. Okay, so today we'll be playing 3 maps, and the environments are going to be island first, followed by coast, and in the end, it's going to be, let's see,
Oh,
snow. Okay,
snow.
actually, snow is going to be the second map, and then we'll wrap it up with coast.
Yeah, it looks like it. So Island will be the first map. It's going to be pretty epic, I guess.
I wonder if we have many keyboard drivers here, because island is sure an environment which is pad oriented,
Definitely.
so we'll see what's gonna happen.
So maybe you want to explain the rules, how this will be played tonight.
All right, sure. So, in case you're not familiar with FET, it's an event where the players have to drive a multi-lap map many times, because the lap amount is about 24. It's
Yeah,
24, right?
24. Yep.
Okay, so the drivers will have to do some extensive racing in those 24 laps, aiming for the best result, and that's pretty much it. So the teams are made of 2 people for each. So I think today we have around
We have
24,
uh,
24 players.
exactly, so 12 teams, two
Yeah.
players each, so 24 players on the track. Yeah, that's basically it, I guess. So we have a 3-minute warm up on the first map. Oh, I hope, guys, the sound is alright. Because we have like my voice and Cuba's voice and the game at the same time, so it's quite hard to mix it up.
Yeah, please let us know in the chat if it's all good.
Because last time we didn't have any engine sounds, some players noticed. So we want to have the best result, of course.
Actually, checking the stream myself right now, it looks like you could crank up the volume on the engine sounds a little bit.
Alright. So this island track looks quite interesting. We have some quite interesting parts. Some platforms, some tunnel. Looks quite interesting.
Yeah, this map's got a lot of variety and it will test pretty much all the fields that the island offers, whether it's sliding, no sliding.
Exactly. So we are currently having a look at Tunga, who is doing a good job at the moment. So
Playing for the team Your Mom alongside with Darkhawk. And in case you didn't know, that's just a joke, and that's CMC actually.
yeah, so the players had to like join a artificial team, like a team which didn't exist, so just for fun, like a tag. So that's why some players have a weird tag, like your mom or please or yeah.
Show some creative stuff that's been come up with. Well, we'll see which team can be the king of endurance tonight.
Exactly. So this tournament isn't about driving the best time, but it's about driving
Being
consistently.
consistent. Absolutely. That's what this is all about.
And
So, yeah, of course you want to get the best lines, but sometimes you have to decide whether you should risk the next curve, if it's worth it or not.
yeah,
Because
that's pretty
sometimes
much
staying
it.
consistent is enough for you to win the race.
Yeah, especially on island, it's really important to decide whether you need to risk it or not. Because if you fail on island, it costs so much time.
Yeah, the trade-off could be much, much of a problem in the end, so that's why.
So the warm up is going to end in a couple of seconds. I hope it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay, wait, got a comment on Twitch from Gado Weldos that the game sound is very silent.
Okay, I'm gonna put it a bit louder. Hope it's good. False start by somebody. I don't know what's causing that. Maybe some sort of lag, but it shouldn't be much of a problem. So here we go.
Yep, it's going down. The players have started, and this is the first lap of FET8 Christiania, the island map of tonight.
It's very, very close at the moment. And somebody's actually standing at the start.
And that doesn't look too good. Mm. But actually, the rules state that once the match is started, there is nothing that you can do about it. There is not going to be any restart because of one player standing at the start line or having a disconnect. So it's really their problem.
Yeah, it's a big loss for his team, obviously. So we currently have Passy on third place, doing a good job.
And Tunga doing good in the warm up, just had a bad crash. Seems to be still in the first half of the whole race.
Let's have a look at the back. We have Lolita currently fighting with Lucas. Oh, Lucas crashed. Lolita taking him.
Let's see who's at the very top.
It's Passy currently on first place. Half a second in front of the Bride from MCM.
Yeah, let's actually spectate Passy for a while and see how he does the following passages.
Yeah.
So pretty much no sliding everything and doing his thing, not really letting him make a mistake. Yeah, he's apparently not having much problems with this. The Bride with the second place, he's losing at about 1 second, so
And the Bride actually had a little
it's a
fail.
solid lead for Passy.
At the
Yeah,
moment, yeah.
there he tapped the checkpointer.
Let's have a look at the back. We have Loser on the 19th place. Currently kind of alone. Nobody in the front or in the back.
And Pasi is just dominating this far. He's already had 2 best laps, and is probably going to make the 3rd best lap as well.
Let's have a
Let's see
look.
if he can improve his personal best for a single lap. He managed to pull this map off in 58.09.
He did a
But
mistake
there
there.
goes a pretty big mistake.
But he's still in the lead, fortunately.
Yeah, he's built such a lead that even this crash didn't really cost him too much until now, where Prankster is attacking.
Actually, Mario's 89 just had a disconnect or something. I don't know if he was driving at all, but he left the server. Maybe he didn't drive, I don't know. So we have actually the Bride who took over the first place from Passy.
Yeah, and the cars are actually packing up a bit. The trio at the front. We got Prankster fighting for the 2nd place, while Pasi and Bride are battling it off for the 1st.
Going up for the little jump here. Right turn, booster. Let's have a look. We have this quite interesting turn where you have to have the shortest possible slide when you land, so you keep your speed. Oh, Prankster with a bad slide there. Lost quite a lot of speed. Let's have a look at the back. Maybe we have some interesting fights there. We have Aksatar. Well, he might overtake Osna. Oh, Osna crashed. That's really unfortunate. Yeah. We have L94 trying to overtake Aksatar. Maybe he will do it in the following turns. We have this quite interesting uphill turn where you have to do it no slide, of course.
Yeah, you could almost call that block the signature block of Island No Slide.
Yeah,
It's
indeed.
very popular in tech maps and very tricky to pull off.
Exactly, so Dengel sticking his nose, but wasn't good for L94. He just crashed and lost some positions.
Hugging the wall in the tunnel just way too tight and causing him to lose the fight between him and Aksatar.
And L94 with another mistake there, unfortunately. He gets overtaken by Tunga. Let's have a look how Tunga is doing. And Passy actually still behind the Bride. 2 seconds behind him at the moment. And who's the Bride actually? I'm not sure. It's Jumper Jack, so it's the lead on his own track, basically. I wonder why.
Yep, might have just some advantage there.
On the last place we have Vormi, the Finnish player for Team Please. He's currently 3 seconds behind the player in front of him, who is currently Darkhawk for the Team Your Mom. Let's have a look at maybe Garfovsky for Team Ho Ho Ho. So kind of Christmas feeling already. Currently on the 12th position.
Attacking Zverev and he overtakes him. Very nicely done on that platform curve. Approaching the 180 turn and somebody behind him actually crashed.
Yeah, it was Serif, I think, from Team Zero. Unfortunate for him.
And Team Zero not doing very good. Both players on 13th and 14th place. Well, still better than Team Your Mom with Tunga at 18th place and Dargo on 21st.
Yeah, at the moment they're on the last place in total with only 10 points. As you can see on the right. Last place for Your Mom at the moment. but this can obviously change. It's lap 8 now, and still the Bright on first place. He's doing pretty well. Passy defending his second place, and if the Bright makes a little mistake, then Passy has a good chance to overtake him. Maybe now. The Bright loses a lot of
He
speed.
had much better exit.
And Passy actually takes over first place. Good job by him. The Bright with a very bad turn there. Unfortunate for him.
Let's see if Passy can build up that huge lead he once had once again.
And he actually manages to extend his lead by a little bit.
Does taking inside on that 180 curve and doing quite well generally at the moment. Oh, there goes a little slide, but that's not gonna do much for his
Not
time.
really.
Not a big deal. Let's see how far behind is the Bride.
About a second. Oh, Passy with a bad line there. Was a bit too much on the inside. Lost about 0.3 seconds. So the Bride is actually able to catch up a bit. But Passy's still doing very well. Defending his first place. Let's have a look at the back again. Seraph currently behind, is it Lolita dude from Team Please? Oh, actually he fails. The caster's curse, maybe.
Oh, but there is something interesting on Passy's side again. He actually overtakes Osna, so he takes a 1-lap lead.
Oh my god, alright.
him.
Very, very nice job. And I'm kind of disappointed to see Osna on last place. I think he is a quite good island player.
I've known him as a really good island driver. Not sure what's going on with him tonight, but it's not over yet.
Oh, Passy with a little slide there, and he actually overtakes Darkhawk, who was on the second last place. The Bride 1.5 seconds behind the first. We have TT from Team Rev, who's currently battling with Tunga for the 19th place. Approaching the downhill turn. Oh! Oh my god!
That was pretty fatal for Tunga. He even takes his time to type in the chat, knowing that was a really bad crash. Just diving straight into the water, 10 out of 10.
Yep, 10 out of 10. I mean, that just can't happen in the match. You should have taken it more safely. But yeah, unfortunate for him. Let's have a look at Vormi, who actually was able to gain some positions. He went from last place to position 17. So good job by him.
Yeah, and let's actually see if Passy has managed to overtake some more players by more than 1 lap. It looks like he's still in front of Osna, who is... Whoa, what is Osna doing? Okay, he apparently crashed at the finish line, so that's not good for him. He's on the second last position at the moment, only Darkhawk being behind him by around 5 seconds.
Yeah. I think Darkhawk is playing with keyboard, so that's a huge disadvantage for him on island.
Yeah, that would explain a lot.
And we have actually Dengel, who did a new fastest lap with a time of 57.99.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Indeed. And Tona actually overtook the Bride, so he's on second position now.
Good job to Dengel, who's managed to do the fastest lap and take some good amount of positions, because that means his team is on the second place right now.
Exactly, we have MLOL on second place.
Juno still being on first. with Tona on second place and his teammate Prankster on the 7th. Let's see how Prankster is doing. Currently
Prankster.
attacking. Uh, it's Zozer in front of him.
Exactly. So it's about a second gap between them. But Prankster did a pretty decent uphill turn. Let's see what he can do. Approaching the platform. Don't fall into the water. And somebody... did Zozer actually fail? Yeah, he did. Zozer actually fell into the water or something.
Following Tunga in his steps.
Yeah, indeed. So it looks like the turn isn't that easy to do.
Or maybe some players are just not considering the risk, taking it too fast,
Maybe.
because that will cost you a lot. And as we've talked about it before, this is a lot about consistency, and you don't want crashes like that to happen.
We have currently Gafovsky on 12th place for his team, ho ho ho. But no one is behind him or in front of him, so it's quite boring to back him at the moment. We have Dengel on 5th place. Let's see if he can keep up his good performance so far. Overtakes Tunga by 1 lap now. And looks like he's going to overtake Loser with that penis tag. Which team is it? I don't know.
All I know is that that's a CMC player, but if their temporary team is actually Penis, I have no idea. Yeah,
Well,
it looks like it. Well,
I can't find that penis in the right box. Anyway, Dengel overtook him. And we have Lucas in front of him, so maybe he might overtake him as well. Plus he's still defending his first place, currently about 3 seconds in front of Tona on second place.
yeah, he hasn't lost that first place for a while, doing a pretty damn good job defending it, so props
Lo
to him for doing that. And Sona really has to take the next curves a lot better if he wants to catch up and actually do any danger to Passy at all. That lead is just massive.
Indeed, and we only have 8 laps to go, so we are currently in lap 16. So Tona has still 8 laps to overtake Passy, but unfortunately he crashed again, so Passy's lead extends again. Maybe have a look at Bonkers on 12th place.
Alright.
Oh, unfortunately he hit the finish line.
That has been happening a lot on this map, actually. We've seen at least 10 players doing that same thing, or some players doing it twice in a row.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like a very, very tricky spot.
Yeah, it is, because you have that little jump in front of the turn, so
Right.
you might get into a slide and lose grip. So it happens quite often that you lose control of your car and then stuff like that just happens. We have Lolita, who actually advanced to place 9, doing a good job for his team. His
Not
team.
too bad, and Wormy has taken 2 positions from 18.
And again, somebody who touched the finish line, it's Lolita, who lost a lot of time due to that. Unfortunate for him, but he didn't lose any positions at all.
And the best lap still being driven by Dengel.
Yep.
The players might be getting a little exhausted or out of focus. Except for Passy, who's just driving safely at the front of the, well, pretty much the whole race. So
Indeed,
he's got it under control.
he's about 2.5 seconds ahead of Tona. Lucas, fuck this shit AFK. He retired for some reason. Maybe he's just out of focus, maybe. Or no motivation to go on, I don't know.
Yeah, him and his teammate being on 20th and 21st could be demotivating when you expect yourself to do better than that.
And Tunga also rage quitted. So we have two players who retired already after 18 laps.
And it's just the first map.
Yeah, so let's see if they're motivated enough to play the other maps. And Pasi attempting to overtake Seraph. Now approaching the platform. And it's quite interesting to see that Darkhawk is already 2 minutes behind Pasi.
Yeah.
So that's pretty insane.
That is insane indeed. But we can't forget that this is Island, so keyboard and gamepad difference.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, we have to take that into account.
But still props to Darkhawk that he plays it all.
Looks like we can finally see who the penis team actually is. It's team or UH, if you wish.
Ah, okay.
Currently being on eighth position in total.
Exactly, with 23 points. Oh, Darkhawk with a bad mistake there, he hit the edge and almost flew out of the map. And maybe Tona is able to overtake Pasi in the last couple of laps. On this map he's only 1.5 seconds behind. Tona currently doing quite a good job.
And at this point of the race, everyone is actually pretty damn separated. The differences are most of the times more than 1 second.
Exactly.
Having a problem fighting a tight fight here.
Yeah, the only interesting...
Usually if you see two cars next to each other, it's because somebody has been overtaken by a whole lap.
Oh, Pasi with a slide at the uphill turn, and Tona is actually able to overtake him in the 21st lap. Good job by Tona. So Pasi needs to risk it now to take back his first place.
After having that first place for so long, he finally manages to crash, and not that it's a good thing, but there goes his lead, and Tona taking advantage of it immediately.
And I can fully understand Pasi that he wants to go full risk now to take back his first place.
He knows he had that lead for so long and doesn't want to give it out.
Oh, Pasi almost clipped that edge. Oh my god.
He's risking a lot right now.
He
but
definitely...
He's somewhat close behind Tona. We could definitely see him attacking now.
Oh, Tona with a slide and Pasi overtakes him again.
Ah,
That's so unfortunate. So Tona loses at least 1 second just of that, because of that little slide he got there.
Yeah, let's see if we can see their position swapping again. Tona with a better downhill platform curve actually, so he's getting closer in those tunnels.
Less than 1 second apart of the... looks quite interesting. Now we approach the little platform jump. None of the players did it too bad. And Tona with a slide and he crashes. And he loses again so much speed.
Tona was really eager to battle for that first place, and no wonder, but he took it too far and slid again, which just cost him the chance to overtake Pasi. Well, he still does have a chance, but it will be much harder now.
Exactly.
Pasi being around 4 or 5 seconds ahead. Actually, just 3. It's not too bad.
Tona had a slide again at the uphill turn, so that cost some time again. He's 4.5 seconds behind Passy, and we're in the 23rd lap.
Yeah, and we got Passy at the top again, overtaking a lot of players, but probably more than one lap now.
Yeah, we have Darkhawk, who is 27 checkpoints behind, so it might be a two lap.
Might be actually 2 laps difference, yeah.
Exactly. And here we go, the last lap. Now Passy needs to take it safely. He has a comfortable lead. Oh, he has a slide there, unfortunately, but it doesn't
It's
make
gonna
much of a
enter in
difference.
too much. Can he take this home? Let's see how far Tona is behind.
About 5 seconds. It's not going to be enough unless Passy fails
Yeah,
somewhere.
Passy would have to have a fatal crash, like right there in the water, where we've seen Tunga and some other people crash into, but it's not happening, and Passy's still in comfortable lead.
Exactly. He's approaching the very last part of the map.
Overtaking Loser by yet another lap, and getting closer and closer to the desired victory.
He is now the last turn. Don't fail, take it safely, and GG to Passy. Very, very nice performance by him.
Yeah, well done, Passy. Unfortunately, his teammate didn't do by far as good, so that means that the team Tadri is going to be on position 3, which is not bad, but you know, Passy doing so good, his teammate did drag it down a little bit.
A little bit, yeah, but it can still change on the other 2 maps. And Passy is actually wondering himself that he won. Maybe he wasn't satisfied about his performance. And more players reach the finish. We have Lolita on position 9, who is approaching the finish.
And there he goes.
Good job.
Axetar finishing next. Actually, the team Ghost doesn't have too bad of a score as a team at the moment. Taking the 4th place in total.
Only a 5-point difference between Ghost and the first team MLOL. So it can all change on the next map. And Vormi is the next one to finish. Currently on the 15th position. GG, Vormi, he finishes it.
L94 close behind. Closes this round for the team 0. Followed by TT and Harlequin.
Loser finishes. Osna is the next one to finish, but he's quite far away from the finish so far. And I'm actually wondering if Darkhawk is able to finish. He should be, though.
He's got 1 minute 30 left, so unless he crashes really bad, he should be able to do it. Him and Osna being the last ones in the race.
Yeah. So it's pretty unfortunate for Team Your Mom and BBOD that some of their players retired.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they have consulted it. Or maybe they will.
Not sure.
Maybe they will have to tell something to their teammate.
Probably, yeah.
And we still have to see if they are going to come back for the next maps. players calling Tunga rage quit in the chat.
Alright, so looks like it's over now. It is.
Yep, this is
GG.
it. GG.
So we have Team MLOL on first place, Duno on second, followed by Tardri, Ghost, MCM, Please, UH or the Penis Team, Rev, Zero, Law, BBOD and Your Mom. And the next map looks like it's going to be a snow.
Yeah, it should be.
So let's see how this map is going to be.
In theory, we should see a much tighter match because the gamepad advantage here is not going to be by far as big, if any at all.
Yeah,
So we'll see what's going to happen if the players who did bad on the previous island map are going to do great now and get back the race with their team.
So here we go, we have the 5-minute warm-up again.
On the map Snow White by TiVo05. Very technical build here.
Yeah, it looks pretty compact.
Some players already forgetting about the tighter curves in the tunnel.
Yeah, looks like it. We have some very tight turns. Good variety so far. We have tubes and jumps and everything. Map looks quite cool.
And that one jump looks like a place where the players will have to try their best to avoid a bug.
Yeah, I guess if you're
Or
going
like a ramp.
if you're going for a fast time, then it's definitely important. But I don't think many people will risk it. I guess it's just not important to avoid the bug.
Yeah, not too much. It's more like a place where you can gain some speed with some extra luck or...
Yeah, exactly. So let's see if we have some player changes in the teams. We have Janowski and Zepset for Team Ghost.
Yeah, and Lucas, aka Bahi from Team BBOD, is back in the race. He's going to play the snow map, so good to see him back.
Let's see if he's going to rage quit again.
Depends on how well he is going to do. Yeah, so we have 2 maps left. This one, and for the final map is going to be Coast. And Tunga actually saying that he had to rage quit because he would break his pad and he couldn't play Coast. Not sure what
Alright.
that's supposed to mean, but there you go. So 1 minute and a half still left in the warm-up. Let's see who seems to be doing the best. It's Jumper Jack, aka the Bride, at the front. Unlike the previous map, this is not his own build. So he's actually doing really good now. Let's see if he can take it to the actual round.
Yeah, would be cool for his team, definitely.
I forgot what position they actually took on the island map as a team.
Yeah, me too.
I think they got around 3rd. Maybe 4th, not sure.
Yeah, so all in all, this map looks quite technical, a lot of tight turns. So a little fail might do quite a huge difference. Depends on how big your mistake was.
Yeah, we all know the snow car and how slowly it gets its acceleration. And I have a feeling we're going to see quite some crashes at the 90 degrees sharp tunnel curves.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's going to be really punishing to do such a crash.
Alright, good luck, have fun. It's going live on the snow map. Let's see if we have another false start.
All good so far, so the players are ready to take off.
And here we go.
Some players doing their washout. Oh, I mean horn.
Yeah. And there's 3 players actually AFK on the start.
Not sure what's happened to them. Nevertheless, we have a really tight pack so far. Nothing really differentiating. Oh, and somebody already did crash at that 90 degrees.
Yeah, it
sharp
was
tunnel curve.
Tunga, I think.
That's not how we imagined the start after coming back after a rage quit.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the Bride, who is currently battling with Lolita and Clement.
Clemens, he actually didn't drive the previous map.
No, he didn't.
It's Clement. Of course. Well, Tona has managed to build up quite some nice lead here.
Looks like it, yeah.
Alongside with Sapsat, who is close behind. Not losing much at all. Is there in the second lap now. Going to approach the tight tunnel curve, which Sapsat didn't manage to pull off quite as he imagined.
And also Zozor, who did a little mistake at the tunnel turn there. So both players dropped down in speed by quite a lot. But Zozo managed... okay, never mind, he didn't. Currently in a fight with the Bride. The Bride overtaking him. And this downhill turn looks quite interesting. I think some players might fly out of that turn.
Yeah, we could definitely see some interesting stuff happening there.
So we have
Tona's still at the very front.
Exactly, followed by Elko for Team Rev and the Bride for CMC. Oh, MCM. Ah, damn it.
Oh, Alco tapping the wall on the Chinese piece, so that's too bad for him. He's going to fall quite a good amount of places behind now, falling from 4th to 9.
Let's have a look at the back. It's Cell for the Penis team, currently on the 13th place. Already having a decent, not a decent lead, actually, in front of who's Lolita. Well, it's actually about a second. Lolita crashes.
Oh, there goes the never, never, never take me wrong 90-degree curve.
And we have 2 of them in the map. At the moment we have Skywalker on the last place for Team Zero, so not good for them.
Absolutely not. However, not as bad as Lucas and Paul, who are... Oh, they as a team actually have the last two places.
Oh my god.
And Lucas doing it again and retiring from the race.
Did he?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh my god.
I don't know when it happened, but there we go. Giving up already, even on this map.
So
Sure shouldn't attack the backs this early.
and I don't know what's happening to Tunga, but he's on the second last place, not showing his best performance. He's known for better performances in matches. Maybe he didn't train. Maybe he's under pressure, I don't know.
Could be the case. Well, he's one of the players who can keep his nerves calm, and he's not showing that today, not quite.
Yeah, that pulls down his team by a lot, unfortunately. Who's the second Your Mom player? Or is he the only one?
That's a good point, actually. I have no idea where his teammate went. But I think we had two driving on the island map.
I just switched to cam 8, having a look at the top of the map. Looks quite interesting to see all the cars.
All the cars being pretty spread out. With some minor battles every now and then.
Currently Tona in first place, followed by Sander for CMC.
Yeah, I think he hasn't lost the first place for a while now.
Yeah, so
Doing a good job to keep it that way.
exactly, Tona doing very well on both maps so far.
Indeed, together with his teammate bringing the victory on the previous map for Team Duno.
Yeah, looks pretty decent.
Where's his teammate now, actually? Prankster in the tunnel, in the second tunnel, and he's trying to get closer to Emlol Arcone and Zepter from Ghost. Oh, pardon, Zepset.
Yeah, he
But
might
he's
do it.
quite a bit behind. Nevertheless, this is still only the 8th lap, so 16 more to go. Anything could happen. And there's going to be a lot of opportunities for overtaking players.
It looks like Arcone had a bad tunnel turn. He lost quite a lot of speed. So Prankster might very well overtake him in the next couple of turns.
Yeah, he is slowly but surely approaching him and getting closer and closer. Successfully avoiding a bug landing. Getting some nice speed into the tunnel and pretty nice line, and manages to shave off some milliseconds again.
Exactly, and we have Tona who did another fastest lap with a time of 53.92.
What's a performance, improving his time, but with every lap.
So this guy is definitely on fire. And Prankster still trying to overtake Arcone. Approaching the tunnel turns. And he really wants to get more points for his team. Prankster currently on 5th place. Taking the 4th place would be a great addition for his overall ranking for Team Duno.
Although at the moment they are still on the first place.
And Tona again with the fastest lap.
Everyone wants to improve. So we got Sander on second, trying to catch up to Tona.
Yeah, but Tona did another fastest lap with a time of 53.81, so he improved by 0.11 seconds. So that's pretty insane.
Doing really great on this map. We'll see if he can improve in this lap as well. seems to be having no problem in these tunnel parts.
Let's have a look at Tona. Maybe he can again improve his time. Nope.
Oh, he had a bad laster, losing contact with the ground, and maybe it was that cost him his PB on a lap.
Not sure.
Nevertheless, still doing great overall. Let's see if there are any side battles going on.
Let's see at the back. Maybe we have some interesting fights.
Garfovsky from Team Ho 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 currently attacking Phoenix from MLOL.
Yeah, looks interesting. Let's have a look how they approach the tunnel turn. Well done by both, although Phoenix lost some speed there. By just a bit.
Yeah, letting Garfovsky to catch his tail a little bit more. Currently the difference between them is constant. Could that change with the following tilt curve?
Oh,
Yeah, it does, and
it does, really, yeah.
Garfovsky having a nice line.
Good job by Garfovsky. Let's have a look at Phoenix. He might take another opportunity to overtake him, and he gets attacked by Janowski in the tube turn. A pretty close triple fight over there. Janowski
Yeah,
with more speed.
This one is really entertaining. Somebody respawned around them. Nevertheless, these three guys are still in a tight pack. Garfovsky managing to shave some hundreds of seconds. And he wants to get away, or he's going to get overtaken very soon by Janowski, who seems
Phoenix
to be
with a
hungry for
little
that
bug
position.
at the ramp. Little bug for Phoenix. Drop down in speed by just a little bit. But still a very, very close fight, considering that it's already lap 13. And now we have Elko who is approaching Phoenix. He might overtake him. So very, very close between
And
these
Tona.
four players.
Tona just overtook somebody by a whole lap.
Yeah, it should be Smart Driver or... Yeah, he's currently on last place.
Yeah, that was probably him.
And now we have four players really, really tight to each other. So entertaining.
Yeah, let's see who can come out of this battle as the winner.
Oh, somebody
well, it's going
really
to be
bad
Janowski
fail.
crashes at the tunnel.
Oh, so unfortunate for him. Let's switch to Garfovsky.
So that narrows us down to two players. Garfovsky attacking Elfo, having a little bug on the landing, but still keeping up to Elko. But Phoenix actually joining in for the party and overtakes Garfovsky.
Yeah, but he lost some speed, unfortunately, at the
And
landing.
again, gets overtaken.
Oh, Garfovsky with a huge bug there, unfortunately. So, stuff like that can happen easily on snow, unfortunately. So, Phoenix gains at least a second. And Garfovsky needs to get some decent laps in order to overtake Phoenix again. But Phoenix looks like he did some smaller mistake there.
Slowly falling behind Zepset, who is trying to attack the two guys in front of him. The two guys being Elko and the Bride. So it looks like the Bride has lost some position. It's actually,
Yeah, he
not
was
sure
he
if
was on second or
third
something.
place. Mm,
Garfovsky didn't catch a bug this time. Still a decent and very interesting fight between him and Phoenix. Garfovsky now approaching the jump. Both had a weird landing, but Garfovsky was able to overtake him in the tunnel with a bit more speed. But Phoenix doesn't let go. tries to get a decent downhill turn. Lap 16 coming. Now we have the
Look at how
tube.
close is that? Phoenix and Garfowski. Still neck to neck. Buffling it out.
Yeah, and that for like 4 laps already.
Yeah, it's a good performance. Consistent performance by both. Occasionally just being disturbed by bug every now and then.
And
Where Phoenix currently pulling ahead, not by much, and Garfowski is. Look at that! Look at that fight. It's just so close.
yeah, it's very rare to see it in the FET match.
Yeah, especially for this long.
And
We've
Phoenix with
seen
a
these
little,
two together
little,
for quite a bit, but there goes, and
yeah,
he gives his opponent a little breathing room now.
yeah. Unfortunately, Phoenix dropped down in speed by a little bit, but he can still catch up if he does the next couple of turns decently enough.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give it out just like that after trying to beat Garfowski for so long. Let's see what's happening elsewhere around on the map. Sander currently overtaking somebody by a lap. So good job him. And Tona still safely at the first place, not being endangered by Sander too much. He's around 5 seconds behind.
Actually, 3 seconds according to the checkpoint times.
Okay, so 3 seconds. If he can manage to do as he's been doing so far, he should be fine. And overtaking Tunga by yet another lap. Tunga currently on 18th place. He's not doing too well. And he'll have to worry about Lolita dude being close behind him.
Indeed, approaching the tunnel. Nobody with a huge mistake there. So Lolita might very well overtake him. But Tunga is doing pretty well so far.
And he doesn't want to lose any more positions. He already is not doing as well as he would want to, and he's aware of it. He wants at least some points for his team, and being the only one in the race for his team, that's actually pretty important if they want to have any chance for a decent placement.
Exactly. And I guess if Tunga does another huge mistake, that would be so bad for him and for his
Yeah, that's
motivation,
devastating.
maybe.
Absolutely. Well, we can see at the second
And Tunga
place.
actually driving
Oh,
backwards. Oh my god.
okay, giving it up now.
Speaking of doing mistakes, Tunga actually drives the map backwards. So he drops down by a lot. Probably just a few moments from rage quitting.
Let's see if he can keep his cool and honor and at least finish.
We have the Bright currently battling with Arcone for the 3rd place. This might get interesting in the last 4 laps. Now both like inside of each other, now approaching the tunnel turn. And the Bright with a huge
The Bride not
mistake.
coming out well of that turn and loses that fight. Arcon taking 3rd place with that move. And he's sounding his cheeky horn.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, he has some great lines over here. Doing it nice and safely.
Meeting Tunga on the way.
Yeah.
Tunga.
Yeah, Tunga on 20th. Really, really unfortunate for him. Let's have a look
Yeah.
at the never-ending fight between Phoenix and Garfowski. Garfowski currently with a small lead over Phoenix, but this can change, of course. We have Poison Ivy, who's currently between those two guys.
But actually being one lap behind, so
Yeah, it doesn't really
get
matter.
confused by that, guys. Just making a good comparison of the lines of the players. Let's see if Phoenix can again show us some entertaining fight with Garfovsky. Still close behind, but not quite shaving off the necessary milliseconds.
He only has 2 laps left. Phoenix with a little bug there at the landing. But he is still able to catch up to Garfovsky.
Yeah, looks like Garfovsky lost the grip on the snow part or something happened like that. And it's 2 laps for Phoenix to overtake Garfovsky. Can he do it?
Let's see. Approaching the tunnel. Once again. Phoenix overtaking Paul, who's currently on the 21st place.
Whoa!
Oh,
big
Garfovsky.
mistake by Garfovsky.
Oh my god.
Taking that way too high, losing grip and flying up. Phoenix successfully overtaking him, and I think that's it for the interesting fights we've seen between them, because Garfovsky is like 2 seconds behind now, so
yeah, probably around that.
Phoenix would have to have a pretty bad crash now to give that position up, since we have only one single lap left.
And Garfovsky can actually be happy that he didn't fall out of the map completely. It looked very dangerous.
Yeah, at least he lost only one position for him, so not too bad.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Can Sander overtake Tona in the last couple of turns? It's only a 1.6 second difference. So in case Tona crashes, Sander might very well overtake him in the last couple of turns on the snow map.
Yeah, but Tona showing such a great performance on this map. He's been driving consistently pretty much the whole race and brings the victory home.
Yeah, so props to Tona. Great performance on both maps so far.
Sander not doing too shabby either. A close second. Good job to CMC.
Exactly. Zepset and Arcone also finished. And the Bright actually overtaking Phoenix on the last straight up to the finish. So that's pretty unfortunate for Phoenix.
So the drivers still driving, being Zoser, Passy, Darkrok, etc. Zoser finishing on 12th place. Passy close behind.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering what happened to Passy. Only a disappointing 13th place on the snow map. Not sure what happened to him. Jake the Cake
Maybe he's
finishing.
an island driver. Not sure. Nevertheless, it's Poison Ivy currently fighting Smart Driver.
Let's have a look at that. Battling for the
22nd place.
Okay, yeah. But Poison Ivy unfortunately crashed, so there's no way of overtaking him. Poison Ivy taking the last place. GG.
Yep. Well, second last thanks to Bahi or Lucas giving up at the early stage of this race. So that's a GG. And now we have to wait for the coast map to decide the final standings.
Let's have a look. We have Team Dunno on first place, followed by Mlol, Ghost, Tardri, Rev, MCM, Zero, Please, Law, Your Mom, and BBOD. So, Your Mom and
Yeah,
BBOD again with a disappointing performance on this map.
right. I think they have given up altogether. They don't have much chances to improve their position in the total standings. So we'll see if Tunga is going to, I mean, if Lucas is going to bother driving the coast map, or if it's going to be somebody else.
And good to see some people in the chat.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you're enjoying this race so far.
Darkhawk drives his personal best in the match. Good job.
Hmm.
Yeah, so let's see how the guys are performing on the last coast track for this evening. I guess coast is going to be quite interesting because coast is known for some intense fights, depending on the map of course, but I'm looking forward to seeing some good stuff.
Yeah, just a bit of stress on the players, and they can go off sliding, losing their positions, and letting somebody else take that position instead. We'll see what's going to happen, and I have a feeling that Marius89 is going to try for Duno,
Yeah, looks like it.
knowing him as a well-performing coast driver.
Yeah, Marius, a great all-rounder, doing great performances on all Trackmania environments.
Absolutely.
Let's have a
But
look.
tonight easier to drive coast.
Alright, let's have a look from the top. Looks like a compact track again.
It's actually built by a player racing in the game right now, that
Yeah,
being Zepset from Team Ghost.
yeah, it might be an advantage for him.
Definitely, the Bride has shown on the island map that it can help you get some good position. It could and it could not be the case with Zepset. Let's spectate him and see how well he knows his map.
Yeah, we have the warm-up again. Subset on second place behind Sander. Some tight turns, downhill GP. So again, a well-looking track.
Yeah, lots of turns, not much breathing room for the players actually, as it seems. It's a curve after curve, one right after another.
And it looks like one mistake can actually make quite a big difference because it is a slow map with a lot of tight turns. And even
Yep.
one little slide can actually throw you behind by like 1 second.
Especially on the GP parts, if you get really unlucky and the block piece has a grass on the side, then it could cost you a lot. So the players will have to be careful in that regard.
And looks like Sander is really doing well on this map. And I'm pretty looking forward to Tona's performance, as he's known for being a beast on Coast. One of the best Coast players, I guess.
Mm.
Showed some great times. And overall performance in tournaments.
I wonder if we're going to see a fight between him and Marius. Or if it's going to be somebody else fighting for the first position. Nevertheless, let's see if there have been any changes and shuffles in the teams. So yeah, as we said before, it's Marius89 who's going to play this map instead of... it's not Tona. Tona is still going to play this.
Prankstar was.
Oh yeah, it's Prankster that drops out for the coast map and lets Marius drive instead.
And we also have a change in the MCM team. We have Delirium driving instead of somebody else.
Yeah, he changed with the substitute the bride.
Ah, okay. And there are already people discussing who's going to drive the next maps next week. Desert Rally and what's left, Stadium.
Oh yeah, Stadium and Bay.
Yeah, so that might be quite interesting as well. Pretty sure it's going to be streamed again. I hope so.
Well, it's only 20 seconds left for the players to warm up. They've gotten to warm their tires up on this map enough, and 10 seconds left. It's about to go down. Sander actually not even bothering to warm up anymore. He feels confident and dedicates the time to chatting instead, or just doing whatever. Let's see if he can bring the good performance to the actual round.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Good luck, have fun to everyone. The last map for tonight. Bami.
Yeah. Let's hope for the best race possible. But we have a false start here.
GG by Cell. This map got a quite weird name. Bami.
Very exotic indeed.
Yeah. Anyway, here we go.
This is it. Sander being in front of the pack, confirming what he's done in the warm-up. Marius being on close tail on him, but losing that position. And somebody from MLOL is actually at the top. It's Dangle. But now the players have split up a little bit, and we have Tona at the very front, followed by Clemens, Zepsat, Dangle, and Sander on 5th, fighting with Poison Ivy as they approach the tunnel.
Still nobody with a huge fail. Dangle dropped down a bit.
Yeah, let's see who's on the last position. It's Tunga again.
Oh, what's up with that guy?
Wow, I wonder if he's just messing around because he doesn't have a teammate. Just driving for fun, but...
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Yeah, it's not really gonna help his team if he's going to take last all the time. Well, he's actually overtaking some players, somebody with a bad crash.
Yeah,
there.
it was Delirium.
Delirium from MCM. His teammate Sander. Oh. Was it Sander? No, pardon me.
It wasn't Sander.
Who is Delirium's teammate? Oh, Poison Ivy, there we go.
Yep.
Him being on 15th. The BBOD guys on 14th and 13th place. Close behind each other. They are trying harder now to take better positions. They've taken last places, or the second last places, and on the previous two maps, so not too great of a performance we've seen from them. Let's see if they can do better on the coast map.
And currently we have Clement on first place, doing a great job so far, also taking the fastest lap with a time of 57.73. Tona on second.
Yeah, the podium players, I think quite a constant difference between them. Let's see who's going to take something better or worse. Sanders seems to be getting ahead of Tuna, or just catching his tail, but not quite. Still behind.
Oh, very, very close by Tona, actually. Almost crashes.
Yeah,
And
hugged the wall almost.
and Clement with a bad turn there, I think he had a little slide in there.
Yeah, which
Sander,
causes the back to tighten.
Sander taking the fastest lap. And he crashes, unfortunately. Had a slide and kissed the wall. And we actually have Red Shredder, who didn't play the previous maps, doing a good performance, currently on 4th place.
He's trying to take advantage of Sanders' crash and slowly but surely catching up. Having better lines on these GP curves. Until the last one when Sander actually pulls ahead. Let's switch back to the very front. Clemens and Tona in a close battle. Who's going to come out of this curve better? Still very tight.
Both with
There's no
very
room between
nice
their cars
turns.
at the moment. Yeah, nice constant performance by both. Slightly different lines here. Not both taken very well, so not much
And
difference in the end.
Clement with a
Oh,
huge
Clemens
mistake there. Oh my god, so
not
important.
fitting his car between the corners, so that causes him the battle.
Unfortunately,
It's
yes.
about
And he loses his 2nd place to Sander, who obviously takes advantage of his mistake. And it's pretty interesting to see that Clement didn't lose so many places due to that mistake. And the players are already separating by a lot.
Zapsa just managed to overtake Clemens, who
Also,
was on the first place for the first lap.
exactly, and Red Shredder and TT also getting really close to Clement.
Very interesting fight here. We can see TT trying to pull ahead of Clemens, almost managing it. They're car in a car right now, and
Oh, TT with a slide, he slightly hit the curb, which causes
yeah,
him to slide,
it
obviously.
looked for a second like he would overtake Clemens, but made a small mistake, and Clemens is getting ahead
And
by quite a
Sepset with
bit
a
now. Actually,
little...
attacking Zapset.
Sepset actually touched the wall for a fraction of a second, so he loses a bit of speed there.
Yeah, so that throws him into a battle with Clemens. Clemens actually doing pretty well now. Not wanting to make another mistake after relatively so many. Sona, meanwhile, safely at the front. Sander about 3 seconds behind. Whoa, wait. Oh, my bad. I'm not sure actually. I'm still confused with this interface.
Well, the difference
United
between them
is
is like 2.5 seconds, according to the
right. Yeah, I think
checkpoint.
so. Just
Let's
kind
have a
of
look at the
confused.
back, maybe. We have Poison Ivy currently battling with Darkhawk for the 14th position. L94 with a huge mistake gets overtaken by a lot of players there. Probably the same mistake like Clement did a couple of laps ago. Oh, Poison Ivy actually a bad mistake there. Gets overtaken by Vormi and L94. Poison Ivy, I think, a keyboard player. So it might make a difference in some
On close,
turns.
it could definitely.
Depending on the turn, of course.
Yeah.
But on these low speed turns, it shouldn't make that much of a difference. We have 4 players currently battling. Quite interesting to watch. We have Darkhawk currently leading the pack. Elf 94 and Vormi behind. And Poison Ivy trying to catch up to the others.
As well as an interesting fight between Phoenix, Lucas, and Marius on around the 6th place.
Okay, let's have a look at that.
So switch to that and
Approaching the GP part.
all 3 players close behind each other, approaching the uphill curve. All of them safely taking it.
Marius trying to overtake Lucas. Is he going to make it? Not. Nope. Let's have a look. Also Clément trying to overtake him, and Lucas with a huge mistake there.
What's
Lucas,
going on? I thought he was doing good now after giving up the previous races.
unfortunately,
So I guess he meant it, like keeping his gamepad safe for coast. I don't know what he meant by that, but there he goes. He's actually driving now, and until now he wasn't doing too bad. So
yeah.
unfortunate crash for him.
As we said, one simple slide can already send you right into the wall.
Yeah, consistency is the key here.
Especially on this track, you need to avoid these small little slides you get. Especially on the transition from road to GP.
Yeah.
Still Marius, Phoenix and Clément pretty close to each other.
And Tona actually dominating the race once again after a great performance on the snow map. He seems to be doing outstandingly good on this coast map, not having quite as many improvements lap-wise. Clemens actually, no, Sander having the best lap currently.
Yeah, but that
Being on
it can
in
still
second place,
change.
but still quite a bit behind Tona.
Still 14 laps to go, everything can change. And let's see how Clément approaches the last bit of the lap. He's trying to overtake TT. And also Zepset is not far away. Clément with a little mistake there. Too close. And Clément was actually able to get the fastest lap, improving the previous record by 200ths of a second. As we see TT who did a little mistake there. Clément overtaking him, taking the 4th place. Zepset is his next aim, next goal. Let's see what he can do.
Oh, we've got an interesting fight here with Phoenix, Marius, and Dengel.
Oh wow, 3 players basically inside of each other.
Hey, we should keep this PG rated. Get it? Oh, okay.
What? Sorry?
You didn't catch my joke.
Nah.
Players being inside each other, never mind.
Ah, alright.
I said we should keep this PG rated.
I see. Maybe we should. And we have all 3 players with some small slides there. But none of them with a huge mistake.
Yeah, TT actually falling behind and Marius trying to get where he was before. Oh, TT gives up the fight by crashing into the corner. Not good for him. Lets Marius overtake him, and still it's a pack of 4 players taking similar lines. Not one of them seems to be doing especially better than one another. Except for Clemens, who now actually does worse and crashes.
Unfortunate for him.
And Ratcheder attacking Marius.
Yeah, let's have a look at that.
In the end.
And Dengel with a little mistake there.
Yeah, that brings us to seeing all 3 players back together again.
So that's going to be interesting for sure. We have Dengel who slides a bit, lost some positions due to that.
Marius leading a tight battle with Red Shredder. Actually, he's managed to overtake him, taking his position back. Can he keep it up and get himself into safety of a good lead on at least the 6th place?
Clement trying everything to overtake Marius, both doing well. Marius was a little mistake there. Red Shredder also crashed. What happened
Red
to him?
Shredder totally sliding off the track. He's gonna have a tough time now getting back where he was. Actually, it didn't cost him that much. He's around 2
Oh,
seconds
what happened
behind.
to
Oh,
TT?
TT.
Oh my god, he almost flew out of the map completely.
Yeah, he totally brought his car onto that cheapy wall with the small tire objects and flying his car up into the air.
That shouldn't happen again for him. Now he needs to get some decent laps in order to get back.
And the battle between Marius and Clemens is still going on. Now, both players attacking Dengel. So we've got a 3-pack here again.
Oh, Clement with the slide. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Let's the 2 players get away for at least now.
And you can clearly see that Clement is really risking the turns to get an advantage. And he crashed again.
Wants to get back where he was, but now he has to worry about Red Shredder behind him. So all 4 players now in close train, if you could call it that.
Oh, by the way, Tona with a new record, 57.31.
Oh wow, good job, Tona.
And he's
Not bad,
already 8 seconds in front of Sander. That's really insane. So Tona with a huge lead there. So he's really doing well tonight.
That's a really marvelous job from Tona. He managed to take the snow map with pretty much no problems, and now he's showing his great stuff again. Pretty impressive indeed.
Let's
Anyway,
see.
back to Clemens and Dengel.
Oh yeah.
It didn't take long for Clemens to
Oh,
get
Clement
back
with
where
a
he was,
bad
but he
mistake.
slides off in the CP and
Oh. Clement
TT
with a lot
actually.
of mistakes lately.
Yeah, he's trying his best to keep the fights and to win them, but it always happens to him that he does a small mistake, a small slide, and then he has to catch up again. I wonder if it's getting on his nerves.
Probably, yeah.
But he wants to stop that from happening, and he wants that to stop from happening now.
And he needs to focus. Only 7 laps to go. He needs to get himself back into his best shape. Slowly approaching the other players again. Only
It's
a
him, Team Mike
0.3 second.
representing the first top 8, so let's see what he can do. And yet again, he actually catches up with Red Shredder and Marius.
Yeah, he's even able to overtake him. And also taking Marius, but a small slide again by Clement.
Clemens. You can see that his lines are so great, but always giving it away by doing those small mistakes. He's really touching the limits.
He is. And all 3 players only like 0.1 seconds apart from each other, so really interesting to watch. Clement now was able to extend his lead a bit.
It's actually really insane when you think about it, how Clemens is doing well. I mean, despite all the crashes he's had, he always managed to overtake Marius, and now he's doing the same with Phoenix, slowly but surely
Exactly,
getting
and
ahead. And
again a slide.
okay, well,
Speaking of mistakes,
yeah. And speaking of Clemens fighting with Marius, there he goes again.
and also Dengel and Phoenix having a interesting bitch fight over there, fighting for the 4th place at the moment. And who's that with that annoying horn?
I don't know, but he's sure putting it to use a lot.
Yeah,
He's trying to taunt his opponents, maybe.
maybe. And Clement slowly approaching Dengel, but he crashes in the tunnel. Very, very bad mistake by Clement, losing his position to Marius. And again, a clear evidence that Clement is trying to push his limits in order to show his best performance on this coast map.
Yeah, definitely driving at the very edge. And weren't it for the mistakes, it would totally pay off. Like he managed to get the best lap at the early phases of the race.
And
Managed to take the
again, a
best lap
mistake
twice,
by
and
Clement.
there it happens again.
Loses actually 1 position, or actually 2.
I'm not sure what's happening to him, but he's doing so great at one point, and then I don't know if he loses focus, but just throwing it all down the drain like that.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I mean, if you have a look at his lines, he can definitely keep up with Tona, and again a mistake by Clement.
Okay, now it's happening way too often. He needs to focus.
Yeah. Without
Thing
all
is,
these
can he get
mistakes,
back to?
he could have been close to Tona for sure.
Yeah, and that much more impressive his performance actually is, because despite all of those crashes, he's still in position 9, and slowly but surely he's going to be on a sixth, as I know him now.
Oh, what the fuck is
Or
happening to
maybe
him?
not, because this was just too much. I think he's totally losing concentration at this point.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I think all of those crashes slowly just broke his morale, and there he goes. Now he's on ninth with a big difference to eighth.
Yeah, he could have performed a lot better by just driving a bit more safely. And Red Shredder with a huge fail in the tunnel almost loses his 8th place to Clement. Might be an interesting fight in the last couple of laps. Let's have a look at that. Clement with a slide again. Oh boy.
That's just too bad. He was doing so great when he was not crashing. It's kind of sad. Anyway, let's have a look at the second half of the racers.
Yeah, let's
So,
do it.
Garfovsky currently battling with Zepsa in the tunnel, and Delirium joining in.
And Clement actually lost another place to Elko, so Clement on 10th now, unfortunately. Let's have a look at Garfovsky. Delirium with a fail there. Drops down in speed by a lot. And the next player to overtake would be Bonkers for Garfovsky. But Bonkers is quite far away, not sure if he is able to overtake him in the last 2 laps. Garfovsky with a little slide there. Let's have a look at Clement again. And he loses some time again. Elko's lead is growing. And Tona with an insane time actually. 57.07.
Whoa.
Wow.
Now that's impressive.
I'm pretty
Just
sh
confirming
I'm
his
pretty sure
domination
that
style on this map.
that's close to the world record on this map. It should be. Let's have a look maybe at Tona. Doing fast and safe lines. Not risking anything. One mistake could already screw up his lead, as Sander is just 6.5 seconds behind him.
Yeah, one or two bad crashes, and Sander could very well take the first place, but it's not that likely to happen. Tona doing so well on the previous map, and now he's just
And he takes
showing.
it.
Yeah,
GG
there
Tona.
he goes. Tona, very well done.
That guy is sick. And Sander actually taking the fastest lap with a time of 56.93. So that should be another
Oh yeah,
insane time.
that's a very nice time. Even
Unfortunately, a
closer to
bit
the
too
world.
late.
Yeah, didn't come in time, but
And
something to look at for sure.
definitely. And we have Clement taking home a disappointing 9th place in front of Elko. Tunga actually on 11th place, so he didn't rage quit, so that's a good point.
Yeah, at least something changed.
Only a few drivers left to finish.
So let's have a look at the standings of the teams. So Duno clearly took first on this map,
Yep.
thanks to Marius and Tona's performance especially.
Yeah, definitely good job by them.
Emlol on second place with 5 points behind. Not too shabby. Phoenix and Delirium. Oh, pardon me. It's actually. Yeah, I keep confusing these two teams. Wait, how did.
What?
Yeah, okay, I guess Emil did really well on the previous two maps, although I don't remember that.
They did? Alright, it's over. Everyone finished. GG. Well played. So yeah, Duno again with a great performance on the coast map. Emilol also, good job by them. Ghost, Tawdry, Rev, MCM0, Please, Your Mom, BBOD and Law actually on the last place, but Gafowski was driving alone, so that's probably why. So yeah, that should be it for tonight. No more maps.
Hope you guys enjoyed what you were seeing, and sure we saw some really interesting fights and battles.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next 3 maps, which are going to be played next week, I guess, or maybe 4 maps. I'm not sure if they're going to drive Stadium as well. Uh, yeah, that's probably going to be streamed as well, maybe with you, Kuba, again.
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure, but we'll see what's gonna happen.
Alright, so just going to leave the server now. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. It was really fun. See you next time. And thanks, Kuba, a lot for casting with me.
Thank you too, and have a nice night, everyone.
Have a nice evening. Bye.
Or afternoon, day, wherever you are.
Yeah,
The world is a big place.
it
All right,
is.
thanks for tuning in, and see you guys.